Tervetuloa ystävä. Hello and welcome to another episode of Finnish Photo Fridays, which I might as well call Finnish Photo sometime during the weekends because of my tardiness with these. But anywho, I'm your host, Matt Derizio, author of Finnish Machineguns, 3-line rifle to Ukko-Pekka, and today we've got another incredible image that shows some of the unique firearms used by the Finnish Army during World War II, but also highlights one of the major heroes of the Finnish Army. This photo, taken during November of 1941, shows 3 Finnish soldiers in a snowy forest. But if you look closely, you'll see some fascinating details. The soldier on the far left and the one in the middle are both carrying FN35 high-power pistols, also known as the M35 in Finnish service. These pistols were highly regarded and saw extensive use with Finnish troops. And the soldier in the middle is none other than Mannerheim Cross recipient Lieutenant Olavi Alakulppi. More on him later. Let's go ahead and take a more in-depth look at this picture. So we take a look on the left, Finnish soldier, FN35, has the shoulder stock with the pistol holster, which that combination wasn't always kept in service in that exact fashion. A lot of times the holster was removed and used separately. We've got Lieutenant Alakulppi in the middle. I can tell that he's wearing binoculars. You can see those right there. If you look closely, it appears to have an FN35 holstered, but I can't quite tell on the far side of his uniform right there. And lastly, the soldier in the white camo smock has a M31, but this isn't just any M31 Suomi. This is an export model. You can see based upon its bipod, the foregrip, it's like a normal Suomi, except it was actually meant to be used more like a squad automatic weapon. These were sold throughout Latin America and around the world in the 1930s, and the Finnish Army kept a few of them and decided to press them into service themselves once the war started. The soldier in the middle of the photo is none other than Lieutenant Olavi Alakulppi. Alakulppi was a legendary figure in Finnish military history during World War II and a true national hero of Finland. Before the war, he was a long-distance skier, a gold medal winner in the 4x10-kilometer cross-country relay and the 1939 Nordic World Skiing Championships. He was also awarded the Mannerheim Cross in 1942, Finland's highest national military honor, for his exceptional bravery and leadership during the Continuation War. After the war, Alakulppi's life took a dramatic turn. He was involved in the weapons cache case, which was a covert operation in which elements of the Finnish Defense Forces sought to hide weapons from Soviet oversight. The plot was later uncovered, and he was forced to flee Finland cross-country on skis to Sweden and eventually immigrated to the United States. And when he made it to America, he enlisted in the U.S. Army, served with distinction, fought in the Korean War, became an officer, eventually reached the rank of lieutenant colonel before retiring. And Alakulppi served as a company commander in West Germany in the 1950s, with his driver being none other than Elvis Presley, who was carrying out his military conscription service at the time. Later on, Olavi's son Vesa followed in his father's footsteps and eventually graduated from the United States Military Academy in 1963 and was commissioned an infantry officer. Tragically, though, Alakulppi's son Vesa was killed in action during the Vietnam War while serving as an infantry company commander in the 199th Infantry Brigade in 1968, the same year that his father retired from the U.S. Army. Olavi Alakulppi's story is a testament to his resilience, dedication, and is very similar to, although much less well-known, than his contemporary and fellow Mannerheim Cross recipient Lauri Torni. For those of you looking to do some further reading, Finnish author Kari Kalonen wrote an excellent book on Olavi titled Guerrilla Lieutenant Olavi Alakulppi, Knight of the Mannerheim Cross and World Skiing Championship, which I'm going to put a link to in the description. As for the FN35, M35 Brownings that are present in the photo, the Finnish Army evaluated the high power as a potential service pistol in mid-1939, but the FN design lost out to the Lottie L35. And with the outbreak of the Winter War later that year, the Finnish government discreetly inquired if FN was still able to supply those high powers with the shoulder stocks on a short schedule. FN acquiesced, and the first shipment of 900 FN35s arrived in February 1940, and the second shipment of 1,500 pistols arrived in March 1940. It's important to note out of this 2,400 pistols, it was a 4,000 serial block range. So typically between 11,000 and 15,000 is where the finished pistol is going to be found, but not every pistol in that range is actually finished. all the Finnish contract FN Browning high-power pistols were accepted and marked by Finnish inspectors on the trigger guard at the FN factory. Additionally, later on, the Finnish Army's depots and weapons workshops applied their standard Suomen Armeija marking to Finnish M35 pistols from mid-1942 onwards. I have seen a couple with the Palestis Laetus marking. However, that's very rare. I've never seen one in the United States. Those examples are still in Finland. And I'd say out of the ones that the Finns had, maybe around 50% of them actually have the SA marking. Some of the other markings that can be found on them include LJ for their aviation units and the T marking for the Ordnance Administration. Later on, the Finnish Defense Forces replaced the SA marking with the what I call the tower stamp. It's also the castle stamp, as some folks know it, in the late 1960s. Very rarely you'll see that on Finnish FN high powers. And in my experience, you've got two different main groups of these that arrived in the U.S. The initial group came in the 1990s through Century Arms International. Those are typically a little bit more worn. And then you also had a group that came in with post-rock imports out of Kansas a couple years ago, and those are in a little bit better shape than the Century Arms ones, from my experience, although, it can vary. These things saw hard use with the Finnish Army. Out of the 2,400 they ordered, there was only about 1,300 of them left in 1951 after they did their post-war surveys. So when you look for one, if it's got the shoulder stock with a holster on it, that's great. Like this example, very few of those are going to match. This one doesn't match. Original stock, original pistol, not matched to each other. Very cool, though. This one's still got the cleaning rod in it that you can see there. A lot of people don't even know that there's a little slot for a cleaning rod inside the holster. And all in all, they're pretty neat. I enjoy it. Definitely one of the better pistols used by Finland during World War II. Well, that about wraps things up. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again next week for Finnish Photo Fridays. As they say in Finland, nähdään pian taas ystäväni. Take care and have a great week, everybody.